Hey guys, what's up? Today we'll be talking about 5 very common mistakes in early game Terraria. Whether or not you're a beginner, you're going to want to hear these. Let's get into it. Number 1. Converting all your lead and iron into bars. Generally, all ores that you get throughout Terraria, you're going to want to craft them into bars, since the ore itself usually never makes anything besides brick. However, iron and lead ore is needed to make one of the best combat potions in the game, the Iron Skin Potion. It grants an extra 8 defense, which is a lifesaver in many situations in boss fights. Iron or lead bars cannot be used to make iron skin and cannot be converted back to ore either, so make sure to save some ore in a separate area such as a potions chest. Number 2. Spending daytime in the mines. In early game Terraria, it's just as crucial to explore the surface world as it is to explore the caverns. Try to make it so that you spend daytime exploring the surface and nighttime exploring the caves and mining. Usually at the beginning of the game, especially in harder modes like Master Mode and Expert Mode, it's very hard to survive and explore the surface at night because of all the mobs. In the evil biome specifically, it can be impossible at first. Because of this, daytime should be spent running across the surface and filling up the map. Number 3. Not lighting up the ground enough. This number goes hand in hand with the last tip of mining at night and exploring the surface during the day. To make nighttime surface exploration easier and reduce overall spawn rates in your world, it's advisable to place down torches throughout the surface world during daytime. This way, nighttime enemies like zombies and demon eyes will have a lower spawn rate and you'll be able to navigate the surface a lot easier at nighttime. Obviously, for this step, you're going to want to make tons of torches. On top of this, you don't have to execute this step too formally. By this I mean that it doesn't have to be perfect. The whole point is to light up the surface to make exploration in the future a lot easier by decreasing spawn rates and increasing visibility. Number 4. Sticking to a class too early. In Terraria, there are 4 main classes: Melee, Ranger, Mage, and Summoner. Some people consider Rogue a class. Before this video, we're just going to stick to those 4. Most beginners pick a class too early before even beating the Eye of Cthulhu. This is a big mistake since this slows down progression tremendously and can lead to unneeded boring grinding and combat struggle early on. Not the best way to start your first Terraria experience. I'd recommend picking a class after at least a few bosses, around Queen Bee level preferably. This is because by then you'll already have enough gear, combat, and armor, and a variety of weapons to choose from in each class. In terms of what class to pick, I would recommend a beginner to play Melee or Ranger since they have much higher defense than Mage and Summoner. These last 2 classes require the player to have a lot more dodging skill and experience. Personally, the class I played the most is Ranger. And lastly, number 5, breaking gravestones. Enemies at the beginning of Terraria can be very tough and kill you in a few hits, specifically 1 or 2 hits only in harder modes. At nighttime, it's wise to close the doors and stay inside. However, one very annoying enemy that has tons of health and moves through blocks is the Ghost. Similar to the Wraith from hard mode, it spawns in and follows the player, moving horizontally and rarely vertically, so make sure that you have a house with multiple levels. One way that a ghost is guaranteed to spawn is through breaking a gravestone. Gravestones drop when and where the player dies, so if your character dies early game, as much as you may want to remove the ugly gravestone, hold it off till you're more powerful so ghosts don't spawn and attack you. Obviously, if you die too many times and many gravestones are dropped in one place, the surrounding area will turn gray and become a graveyard biome, where ghosts will consistently and naturally spawn. Try to avoid this. And that's it. These were 5 big mistakes I see most Terraria beginners make. Make sure you follow each one and your time through early game Terraria will be a lot smoother. Remember to sub, like, and comment down below any mistake I may have missed. See you guys in the next one.